Hello everybody, welcome back to VR Master League here for our final stream of the night, at least in the North American branch. We've had a lot of exciting matches here tonight, each and every hour basically for the last several, joined here by the same crew, the one and only Luke, the one and only Newt and Dad, and Palidore. There's actually a few of us, thanks Smurfs. But that said, Luke, how's it going? We've got one match here with Protostar and Ancient Athletes.
Man, I'm going so well. We've seen some fantastic matchups. Newton, Dad, and I were talking about this earlier when you left right after that previous stream to do your stuff. But nevertheless, every round we've seen a round 3 every match. Every match has been a round 3, at least with this crew. So I mean, I'm doing fantastic. You know, knock on wood. Hopefully I didn't jinx it, but I want this one to go the distance too. So it's been a fantastic night of Echo for me.
You can thank me for that as far as round 3s go. I've been saying, you know, the last few weeks in Cycle 1, I was streaming a lot on Channel 2, 3, getting a lot of these matches. You guys were killing it on Channel 1 and such, and I was kind of saying, low-key, I feel lucky here. So many of my matches, higher percentage than usual. I was getting a lot of overtimes, a lot of round 3s, disproportionately. So I was kind of low-key partying over on the other channels. So I think I brought that with me here, just to keep adding on to the jinx.
Yeah, you know, we'll give you that credit.
I'm just saying, you know, a couple casters were like, I'm jealous. What's in the water? Some people in the comments were starting to think maybe we're scripting this out. How come these matches have been so good? Well, let me tell you, because that's just the level of competition that you get in VRML, especially as you get further into the season and the ladders even out. I mean, it's not a coincidence at all. Round 1, it's off, and we're started here.
We certainly are, and it's Ancient Athletes. Definitely looking strong, but getting the clear out quickly. Is Protostar looking to get that one down quickly, not quite finding the back of the net off that bounce. So we'll instead find the hands of Ryan R, who is just going to send that out, but into the hands of Share Side. Long 3, submarine shot. Oh my, Protostar start us off.
Yeah, Schursel with no rehearsal right off a 22-second timer on that last joust. Just came out well warmed up, apparently. What a hit.
Here we go. How is Ancient Athletes going to respond? I mean, both these teams very experienced, been around the block in the Platinum Division. But Ryan R, is it Ryan R or is it Ryan? It's Ryan AR? I don't know. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong, but that's
Ryanair, I'm pretty sure.
Ryanair. Yeah, shout out to Ryanair, the best airline, not sponsored. But it is going to be Superstab. Feeling super glad with 2 more. 5-0 Protostar. Wow.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper also not sponsored, but while we're at it, Luke, I guess. 5 points there quickly now in just the first minute and change of action. So back to the joust advantage once again. It will be Ryanair and co. launching out of there. And there's that first joust, but the quick redirect from that stack, but they actually lose their grabs on the defensive stack, so they have an opportunity to punish. Will they, won't they? No way, but a second play will get the job done.
Yeah, nap time will put that 0 to sleep, make it a 2, making this a 3-point game. Lots of goals so far, only 2 minutes in. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. Let's see what Protostar on the joust advantage for the first time can do.
And shout out Mr. Pro in the chat. And I also don't know if Mighty Quinn is actually in the chat anymore or not, if that's an old one. If you are, I see the chat mentioning the lot of hydrates you redeemed. Thanks a lot. If you're wondering where Luke was talking about earlier, where I went after the stream. All your fault, sir. All your fault. Anyway, back into the blue zone. Oh, I'm tilted. But that said, a rebound from Supa. We're good. We're good.
Oh my, as that is going to get back into Schursel, is that what you said? But long 3, but denied by nap time. who's going to be putting that disc to rest all the way down. Shot 3, no! But it will not get picked up by Ancient Athletes as far as I can see, because that is going to bounce around. And will it get picked up by, yes, DMX, but DMX gets stunned to Naptime. Quick pass up to Ryanair flying in, and he's there, but he gets stopped as Schursel looks to get that one out.
A lot of brawls before the initial stacks. Everyone stunning each other at least once, it seems. Flying into that trap, taking it there. Irish Stout getting stunned. Ryanair now onto the midfield. And once again, some stuns underway will really disable a lot of those stacks. So only a few players able to squeak by as a dubstep disc. And will double the trouble, maybe the 2 points on the board. It's Ryanair bringing it within 1.
Ryanair flying in and getting it done. 1 point game, and also shut up, Mr. Pro. Thank you. There's a hydrate.
Yeah, Luke, your turn. You take all the hydrations this match, please. I ain't drinking nothing.
Right. All right. Your voice, not mine. Appreciate the hydrate nevertheless. But Super Stav is going to get this one downfield. Will get picked up by Schursel. Long relay play, driving in the net, but stunned immediately. DMX is having his way as that is going to get cleared all the way back. And bouncing almost in, but it's a scramble for the disc, and it will get picked up by Maverick Frozen to get that one downfield.
Wiggly on that recovery. The stack was actually already hanging back there, but I really like the redirects. Look at that. Almost going in a full circle was that Protostar stack to retrieve the disc initially had it not been for the stuns. So officially it will be the rebound, the collection by Naptime. Finding a pass, or at least attempting to, but no one was quite there at the barrier, trying to hit the nest instead, and going a second time, but same thing, not hitting the nest instead to the barrier, and another turn into Maverick Frozen, so they will take the disc back off a couple of just barely missed passes. Maybe.
Barely missed passes, but diving in, and the goalie stun, I think, gets it done, and just like that, Ancient Athletes up 1, 6 points unanswered.
Oh, well, lost control of the disc, so as soon as I say one thing, it goes the opposite way, and it will be that 1 point advantage after all. Very tight wound match here. 5 minutes in. Shout out Venom, who's cheering on Protostar here. And in the chat, so always good to see Venom. And, well, we're back into it for Super Stav on this throw.
He's going downfield. He's going to get almost picked up, but just barely missed. Still scrambling forward. Super Stav goes to the reset. It's good. Irish Stout now over to Schursel. Moving that one up the wall. But denied. Trying to go for the pass. Getting a hand at it, though, again, but immediately stunned. His teammates there to recover. Pass across, but bouncing on the wall. Will gets backed up, but stunned immediately. So it is going to be DMX looking to get this one down the field. 3 stack. Does it work? It might bounce in, as a matter of fact. No, will bounce through as Super Stav looks to get that one out, too.
No doubt the blood pressure going up on that near shot that was made, almost made, as Schursel lining it up, and they focus fire from 24 meters, brings them up by 2 now. Again, a turnaround back and forth, but these teams are not able to pull away. That's how competitive this one is.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you want to see, regardless of who you're, well, if you're cheering for Protostar, but just in general, if you want to watch a good game of Echo, Protostar definitely slipping away. 6 unanswered points, gets 3 of their own, take back a 2-point lead. Still a 1 point game, 1 goal game rather, as this is going to get picked up by Super Stav. Again on the back line, long 3 opportunity, not quite bouncing in, but bouncing around the bubble, that is, and that will actually get picked up by Super Stav. Again, a bit of a self pass, as he's just going to go for the reset.
Irish Stout over to that shoulder to Maverick. Oh, missing the hands there. That'll be a little bit tragic, but Irish Stout gets it right back. Nabs it, so they'll have another opportunity at this goal. VIP Nate certainly enjoying this one. This match is great, and Super Stav just as well. Brings them up by 4, and they are, well, finally, one team able to pull away a little bit here again, but the more of those late runs you see as we get the last third of this round, it could be the deciding runs of the match, so definitely don't want to give up a third in a row if they can help it here as they launch out on offense for Athletes.
Yeah, Athletes now moving upfield. Naptime going for a low pass. It connects to K-Sequence, who is going to bounce around. Do they get a hand on it? DMX does, but immediately stunned, so it's going to get turned over by Maverick, who goes for a scary reset. Those always freak me out.
Yeah.
But Super Stav now to Irish Stout. Irish Stout moving it upfield, having some space. Long 3 opportunity, half court. No, so close, and the stun's not quite there, and the clear is at least side enough. Not quite out though, still around the bubble. It's a scramble for the disc. Will get picked up. Irish Stout cut pass. Oh, just like that, up 6. Protostar.
Only a couple minutes to go, about the halfway point. Both teams just trading some goals there. I mean, they were within 1 point, one goal of each other, and then suddenly doubled up on the scoreboard with only 2 minutes left. And in fact, I'm loving this passing game, actually, we're seeing from Protostar. This is a team that I've been able to stream. And I know that the roster is changing a little bit here and there, but Irish Stout, the consistent one, threw it as that shot just glancing below off that backboard. And I just like to see that kind of development here from these teams. And this is why, they're consistently, here in the upper halves of these ladders and just trying to secure this first round.
And they really are. 150 on the clock. It's still anyone's game, though. And K-Sequence nap time wants to change at the ender. And the shot! Oh, my! What a play. 4-point game now. Ancient Athlete's still in it.
Guess when Naptime named himself, he's describing the players that he puts to sleep there with those ender moves. So very nice ones to get past the first defender and then slips it by the second with just an efficient and sufficient shot within a few meters out. Up by 4 still yet, 1:22, so this is certainly not over. Luke, that shot might have been good had it not been for the diving defender DMX. That was looking good for a backboarded 3.
It really was, as that's going to get another cut, and this might be good for 2. No, the backboard just going a little bit high, so that's going to be an opportunity here to get this one out, but it's going to bounce wide instead. The stack breaks up, but they do get the slap downfield. They do read that, though, so Schursel on the back line. 1 minute left, 60 seconds, 4 points.
And the hype, not a question, no sir. The exclamation, Mr. Pro and Venom and Doc Education as well as Pam Wow, they know they're witnessing something fun and certainly something frantic. That shot missing just a bit, but slapped by Maverick Frozen. It's gonna get over. Super stab. Oh, that 360 denied by Ryan Air. And that plane trying to land it there into the mid-line, but now I'm back into the end of the blue. So open goal, and it will be covered off now, but a 4-point advantage just the same. Schursel, the pass, the finish, no! It's Ryan twice, but another rebound and another glancing shot past that barrier and past the goal. What a frantic series of plays here as finally, Luke, Super Stab puts a stop to it. My goodness, though, you got to shout out Ryan for that.
You certainly do. I mean, the defense from Ancient Athletes, absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, not getting the clear that they needed to get that one downfield. But wow, what an exciting round one. Ancient Athletes, Protostar. I mean, Protostar takes the first one, but this can definitely go the distance after that fantastic game.
Yeah, no, it could definitely be a turning point. I think just the defense there in the last couple. So well done to Protostar. As I said, one of the things I'm impressed with for sure is just that team play. They had some beautiful cuts to capitalize on the defense, even when the defense was in some good places to maybe contest the goals. They're just finding the extra little angles to maybe get the percentage points on the shot attempts up a little bit more, a little bit higher. But the defense we saw at the end there, and as well as some of the offense, it was a close game after all. Coming in from Ancient Athletes, that could still be enough to power them into a good start in the next round. That definitely has a carryover effect in a lot of cases.
It certainly does. I mean, at the end of the day, if you look at the stats, which unfortunately we will fix that, but 16 to 9 shots currently for Protostar, right? I mean, Protostar doing everything they need to do. Ryan Air team switched. I don't know what they're talking to them for some reason. But, regardless, I mean, Protostar has the offensive pressure going on, but Suns even saves slightly advantage of Ancient Athletes. I mean, and Ryan Air crushing it. We saw that beautiful play at the end, but I mean, even throughout the round, I mean, the defense from Ancient Athletes is there. Now we just need to see them turn up their offense because, I mean, it was a close game, honestly, until it wasn't, until they kind of, slept up and the Protostar offense just was able to get those stuns and able to get those turnovers.
Yeah, and with that, these teams now looking like they're, again, still discussing something. I know you guys can't see on your end on the stream, but yeah, just switching over and discussing something during this timeout, perhaps. So we might be in a little bit of an intermission just for an extra minute or two, as teams are allowed to do. And this is our last stream, at least on the North American side of things. I do want to shout out Pam Wow, though, because I do see Pam in there. And although I haven't signed up yet, there's an OCE match in a few hours. I'm game. Just going to throw that out there for you. Call you out on stream. That's what I do, I guess. But yeah, otherwise, everyone else stopping by again, Mr. Pro and Nate Appleton and Venom, Doc Education. Yeah, welcome to it. Thanks for joining us in this rather late night, at least for our NA crew and our NA viewers.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is always it's always great to see all the folks down here. So I appreciate you coming out. Pamela, the last series of saves, which unfortunately didn't convert into anything, might have summed up that last round. Honestly, I don't disagree, Pamela. I mean, 100%. The defense is there, but I mean, as a lot of us realize, or at least think, whether we're right or wrong, well, always time to be proved wrong. But the perfect offense will always beat the perfect defense in this game, right? And I mean, Ancient Athletes have some fantastic defense, but I mean, they can turn it around for sure to get that offense going, as we did see. But I mean, Protostar just finding the opportunities there. So, I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah, I mean, 3 minutes in this pause. Still 1 minute left. Just a reminder for the rules. Again, not a mod, but make sure you read those rules, because the mid-round pause is actually only 4 minutes and 3 seconds, because 57 seconds on the timer. Actually, not 3 seconds, just 4 minutes. I was thinking of the 1 second. I don't know why I thought of 2 more. Anyway, the point is only 4 minutes, because that extra 1 minute counts as the mid-round and counts as part of that pause. So hey, you know what? And also, as part of the rules, I believe you can unpause. So yeah, so today, if you're playing a match right now and your team and the other team is like paused in the mid round, you can unpause as long as it's at that 4 minute mark, because that counts as part of the pause mid round. So make sure you read the rules, know what you can and can't do. But it seems like actually maybe technical, as somebody does disconnect too. Ryanair does, so maybe their flight has left the building. But nevertheless, I mean, a fantastic game so far from both these teams.
Well, thanks for that. Well, I didn't quite realize that technicality of the timeouts, but fair point, fair play. I guess I'm going to call you Luke Education now, or Doc Luke, Duke, Daisy Duke. No, too far. Just Duke. One UC. Either way, though, Doc Education shout out, which again we just found out. At least I just found out the other day.
He's a real
not
doctor.
Just a namesake, an actual doctor. Two-time doctor. Actually, two-time. Are you Dr. Disrespect? Are you Dr. Disrespected in secret? You're the two-time doctor. Huh. There's some foul play afoot, Doc, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to see what's up. Doc. Ha. Anyway.
Oh, man.
Newton had laughing in my ear. Although the lack of reaction from Luke tells me he might not even know what Bugs Bunny is. And now I'm boomer territory.
No, I do.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Do. Honestly, I just completely missed what you said, man. Honestly, I was looking at the scoreboard and I was like, wow, like that's a long pause, because they waited until 5 minutes. I was like, they didn't know the rules. So it totally flew over my head. To be fair, I haven't watched Bug Bunny in like a decade, but like I watched Bugs Bunny. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. But what's also a vibe is round 3. So I really hope for that. I mean, we've seen that all night. Maybe we jinxed it. I don't know, bringing it up in the pregame. But Ancient Athletes, I mean, they had a bit of a tech pause. They're coming back here now with just a few more seconds on this mid-game pause. So they can turn it around. I mean, both these teams certainly have been around the block. Both these teams understand the game. So you know what? If any team can come back, maybe even reverse sweep, I don't know. I don't really care who wins, but I just want to see round 3. I certainly believe in Ancient Athletes for getting that round 2 W.
Yeah, of course. Few seconds left here. We'll go into the next second round here. And just to touch back real quick on what you and Pam were talking about, although I agree in a sense. One thing I will point out, and this was a theme in our last stream as well, right? Even though that didn't produce them the points or the win for the Ancient Athletes with those Ryanair saves, what it could do is it could still be in the heads next time the offense for Protostar drives in the goal, right? Forcing them to paint the corners. I think, okay, the last couple shots we took in the last round, they were saved pretty nicely by Ryan. So we're going to have to take a little bit higher degree of difficulty next time just to evade that. Maybe. We'll see.
We certainly shall, and Protostar is not waiting to see. They want to find out. They're being proactivity, but that's just going to get cleared by Ancient Athletes, looking to get an opportunity here, as it is going to get moved downfield. Irish Stout, though, happy to recover and pass it through.
A Super Stab on the other side, uncontested momentarily floating up the floor. Irish Stout on the bottom as well. In fact, all 4 players for Protostar on the bottom of the floor. Maverick now trying to move up a little bit, so, but you'll see, again, in these days, especially of Echo, sometimes, I mean, you got a lot of teams are 50-50 inverted sometimes, or even all 4 inverted. But using the full space of the floor as these players do fan out now on their offense, overall pretty well covered, although minus Maverick, who was left open. Everyone else trying to stick to their assignments, and that's past that barrier on the attempted pass over to it. So they might lose a disc here. In fact, they will.
Yeah, they do lose it, but the stacks aren't quite there for Ancient Athletes. There's one just a little bit too late, but great stuns from Protostar on the backline. But Ancient Athletes going for a long bounce shot that may have bounced at least pretty close, but Super Stab is happy to read that and send that right back out. Oh my, very close, but where's the stack? They don't read it, as a matter of fact, so it is going to be K-Sequence happy to send that one at least farther into the neutral zone.
Still yet, though. Oh, leaving a defender in the dust, so the pass is to the side. Misses the first one. The second one will be there. So trying to hit across to Supa, who resets at the boot. Looking for a pass, maybe, but that is well guarded and couldn't hit it from that angle. A tough one, no doubt, but a rebound still yet from Maverick. And Maverick not horsing around, bringing it up and to the shoulder, now down into the goal, the hands in the air. So you see, Ryan was right there, so they had to adjust mid-shot to aim for the boot instead, or into the bottom pocket, and that forced him to miss. So that's what I was talking about right there.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I mean, a fantastic job from Reiner on the backline on the goalie, but Irish Stout not quite connecting that pass, but it will get picked up by Scherzel. Low pass to Super Stab, diving in, but again the post, but there finally only so many times Scherzel gets it. 2 on the board for Protostar.
And, you know, played to my point, but also to play to your point. What was it that you also mentioned? Good offense will still beat a good defense at the end of the day, right? Because that defense, it defended a couple of times. I mean, at least it pressured enough to force 2 misses on those attempted corner paints. And yet, because the offense kept going, kept rebounding, they got it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, they do need to get those conversions down. I mean, fantastic defense. They just need to get the clear. That's it. And, I mean, hey, we can both be right, Palidore, but it is going to be Irish Stout going for the shot. Not quite hitting it, though, so it is going to be scrambled for it right now, but it will get picked up by Ryanair, jumping on a goal. But, again, not the clear they're looking for. They need to get that conversion from defense to offense. That counterattack is just non-existent, as a matter of fact, because that's going to be a continued attack for Protostar. There's a cut pass. Irish Stout diving in. No, taking it patiently, but unfortunately the other teammate thought they were cutting in. As the air is going to go wide, but Scherzel is there to pick it up, trying to get a hand on it a little bit too far. He gets stunned. Maybe here's an opportunity for Ancient Athletes, who do get that downfield, but can they get 2 points done? It's a stack race. Who's going to get there first?
And, well, on that note, the shot flung and just missing there, however. Rebound will eventually come from Ryanair on this approach, sending it off to that island and finding a backboarded play. Rebound right at the edge of the reach, trying to jump for it and trying to jump for the stun. It's Scherzel immediately linking up with Maverick, and they will be sent down the floor in a hurry, getting their regrabs in succession and some success inside the goal for the 4th point in round 2.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic job from Protostar. They staved off their offensive play, and look what they did. They were able to get that clear, find the stack, and go hit right downfield. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, simply because they had those stacks. They had that speed, which both these teams have, but more importantly, they had the conversion. Well, let's see what Ancient Athletes can do, trying to get this one downfield. Will get picked up high by Naptime, who is going to get that one down to K-Sequence, who is going to lose a hand on it. Not quite stunned, not sure what happened there, but Irish Stout's happy to recollect and go for maybe a long 3 opportunity. Oh, so close, just a little high and wide, but diving in again, Irish Stout gets those 3s. What a shot. Protostar up 7.
Not the easiest one either from that shoulder angle, but it was also fading to the left, so had to put a little finishing touch, a bit of finesse on that throw, and it was quite nice indeed, enough to get that soft sailing 12-meter-a-second hit. So 7 points, uncontested thus far, but they're looking just as hot as they were in round 1, and even maybe more staunch on the defensive line.
Yeah, they certainly were, but there's another opportunity. No, not quite hitting it. The bounce across is bouncing high and bouncing into the hands of Maverick, who is able to get that shot, pass off, regardless. The teammate was stunned. So again, great defense from Ancient Athletes. They're finding all the cutoffs. They're finding the stuns. They're finding the saves. But now they need to find the counterattacks and the goals for their own. Because that is going to get, again, cleared through the bubble. No opportunities. Great man marking. They covered the lane. But again, picked up by Maverick. Cutting in now to Superstab. And Superstab, again, gets denied. Oh, my. As that will get recovered by Schursel.
I think left the hand kind of awkwardly, took a downward slope of an angle, so instead a near vertical fling directly above to Irish, who tries to gather that disc, but nap time putting an end to that play as a stun goes out, but nonetheless the midfield clear as they stack down the floor, just past the reach, unfortunately mistimed it, but some brawls from Ryanair will allow DMX to retrieve, and now sending that down the floor where that blue stack will get back. And well, the speed is there. The stacks are there for both teams, but blue getting the better end of that one, and it's been the case a few too many times, it seems like, in round 2.
Yeah, it really does. In round 1, I think you mean, but maybe not. I don't know.
Round
as
2.
it is, oh, okay. Maybe I'm just confused then. As it's going to go downfield, and it will not get picked up by anybody just yet, so still opportunity here, but no. Protostar is always ever present. They're omniscient. They're there. Not the bounce pass shot that they were looking for, though, as that is going to get picked up by Superstab, who does have lots of space, lots of time this time. And there's a cut pass. There's a cut right back. And there's a slam denied. Oh, my. As that is going to get cleared out this time.
Yeah, went for kind of a dunk. I mean, had the anchor, but then released it into basically a shot instead of a dunk. Well, that caused the ding instead. So this is going to open the window of opportunity as DMX with a dipping move to secure at least a little bit of airspace to maneuver around. Now it's a quickly flung shot that even takes the goalie off guard. No idea where it went. Well, I have an idea. It's nap time with a goal right into the center.
All right. I mean, that was 2 minutes and 18 seconds. That was 2 minutes solid. 2.5 minutes if you include the 15-second countdown of no scoring for either team. So Ancient Athletes potentially getting a footing here. 2:30 on the clock. This is not too little too late. It's a 5-point game. Let's see what they can do, though, with Protostar on the just advantage.
Worth noting here, 24 shots taken for Protostar, only 9 shots taken for Ancient Athletes. Talk about difference makers, that will be one of them. So it's definitely a testament to this defense being played. Can they turn it into offense again? Yes, sir! And Consequence will have a big shot, and that is the consequence of the turnover.
Oh my goodness, just like that, 17 seconds later, Ancient Athletes are in it. Dare I say, to win it and get that round 3, 2 points away. It's certainly a possibility, but it's going to be Superstab. Quick pass upfield to Maverick. Maverick finding the mid pass. Not quite finding the connection. Where's the stack? The stack gets broken, unfortunately, from Ancient Athletes. Maybe just scraping their teammate off accidentally. But it's going to be a long shot. Irish Stout hits off the Geo, though, so that's a scramble. And it will be Ancient Athletes getting there first and passing that one out.
Down the floor, so another... Look, the first half of this match, in fact, the first 2/3 probably, it's stuck on the orange side so much. But you're noticing in this second round, that disc is finding itself on the blue end of the floor quite a bit. So that is kind of the early signs of the momentum shift, not to mention the goals being scored themselves. So certainly they need a score here for Protostar to find that stability once again. That goal is just open enough to make it count. 9-5, working hard. But this is a doozy of a match.
Oh, man, I like that reference. But still, 4 points. You know what? That's not the ice. Ancient Athletes, there is time. There is 100% time. They just need to score really fast. And let's see if they can do it here because, I mean, this is their moment. They need to make it last, but that is going to get picked up not by Ancient Athletes. Unfortunately, that pass doesn't connect, so Protostar will happily send that downfield. And with that, that very well may be the second round, but this may not be the final score. There's a long pass to the backboard, and 2 more. No! Ryanair is absolutely there and reads those, as that's going to get cleared all the way back. And will they go in? No. But where's the stack be there? Very much so. Ancient Athletes have an opportunity to open 3, or at least a passing play opportunity. But no, doesn't quite connect. 5 seconds as it does tick-tock down. And that will be it. Protostar taking this game in 2. But I mean, Ancient Athletes certainly having some opportunity in the last bit of that round. But maybe just too little too late.
Yeah, based on the last 2.5 to 3 minutes of action there, another 45 seconds to a minute and a half, that could have been a definitely a third round potential just based on, again, those tangible momentum shifts. You see the early signs and you see it starting to build, but yeah, the clock just playing the worst enemy, it seems like, in that particular juncture. So with that, Protostar, predicated off of two very strong rounds, full of plenty of team play and plenty of fast stacks, and able to, as I said, until the last few minutes of that round, I mean, it was stuck so much on that orange side. And yes, the athletes were putting in some tremendous defense at times because there was an awful lot of 27 shot attempts here for Protostar. So the thing is, they scored more, but it took them many attempts. But again, that's the killer. At the end of the day, persistence will win out against a good defense that can't quite get it to the other side, which athletes were not able to do until the last couple minutes there, and it was just a little bit too late. But otherwise, yeah, a great effort there. Protostar the win.
Yeah, Protostar the win, and with that, we're done. But I mean, fantastic game all night, at least here on Channel 1 of the 3 I casted. I don't know, I know that you folks casted as well, but I can only imagine they were fantastic games as well. Yeah.
On that note, Luke, not going to pressure anyone into anything, but it seems like there might be a third round exhibition happening here. Last stream of the day, up to you. As I say that, there is a 2. I'll stick around either way. I don't know about Newton Dad, but there may be.
Could restart a spectator, it should work.
You know, because I forgot, actually. It's been a while since I've been able to stream Protostar. But they do actually tend to do this. I kind of forgot myself until I heard the countdown starting. So, you know, if we can get back in it, it might give you a little encore. I'm being a total bad guy. I'm pressuring these guys to staying up later. But
all right, well, let's see it.
All right,
we'll do a radio cast.
Yeah. Newton Dad almost back in the game here, so apologies for that. But yeah, you know, I forgot they do this here on Protostar. Been a while, but it's always fun. I like this when teams can say, hey, you know what, that was a good 2 rounds. I know the game's over technically as far as VRML is concerned, but let's go one extra mile. So here we are. We're going to get to it.
Yeah, I mean, Ancient Athletes already taken an early lead, 2-0, 1 minute in. So, I mean, sometimes it's when all the pressure's off, then they finally find their footing, which is always unfortunate. But, hey, you know what? It's good mentally, at least. As there's a cut pass. Oh, but right back, Protostar ties it up, 2-0.
Yeah, and you know what? I see in the chat there asking for a new poll. Why not? I'll put that up for you right now. Who wins the exhibition round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonus round.
The bonus round. So, one moment. And Luke, take it away.
All right. It is going to be Ryan Air going for the close pass on the near side. Not quite connecting, though, but Ancient Athletes getting that one downfield, though, which is good luck for them. But it will be Protostar trying to pick this one up. Scherzel taking an opportunity here to take it right back. Superstab, though, gets the clear pass up to Irish Stout. Gets past the stack. Long shot, but no, not quite finding the mark. As there will actually be a self-pass as Irish Stout moves it up.
All right, new poll is up for about a minute and a half now if you do want to vote. That said, approaching that goal, and it's Ryan trying to defend again, but Irish Stouts not one to beat, denied. Stout as ever, 2-point lead.
Yeah, definitely very, very strong showing, but 2-point game. Ancient Athletes certainly in it in a different way here in this round, but it is going to be the just advantage again. We're able to get it downfield. There's another one downfield, bouncing through, but it will not quite get picked up by his teammates. Now it does, as a K-Sequence goes for the reset, but just a little bit too low, unfortunately. He gets a bit of a self-clear, as it will be a race to the disc, and the stack will be there, but no, Jukes, kinda. The stun does come through. Long 3, no! But the recovery does get 2. Wow, Irish Stout. 6-2, Protostar.
And Pamwell in the chat there saying great thing with this extra mile. And they would know Pamwell over an OCE. OCE does this a lot as well, these exhibitions, which I love, those late night extra mile streams. But saying the great thing about them is you can kind of see maybe what the difference is when there's a little bit of pressure off, and knowing that the whole context of MMR and this and that not quite as in effect anymore. These teams can shrug their shoulders and now just have some fun. What a hit! Off that bottom pocket, X gonna give it to you.
He will, and it's a 1-point game. Ancient Athletes showing a lot more life here. And man, Protostar 1-point lead, but they want to extend that as always. 4 minutes in, just advantage as they are going to pick it up, and Superstab takes it down.
All right, well, on this rollout, nearly a turnover going to Maverick Frozen, who has it ricocheted off the top of the tunnel. So wayward disc retrieved by Ryan before the defense gets there, but 3 players in that midfield able to retrieve it. So Irish Stout working it up that floor now, and now defenders trying to collapse on the disc, successfully so. A bit of chaos and a lot of brawls, leaving the goal actually exposed. Could be dangerous, but no, into the midfield on this turnover for the meantime. But of course, these brawls and pile-ups will continue.
They will continue as that is passed across. Schursel moving upfield as Superstab dives in and gets 2. And just like that, Protostar up 3.
I think Ryan maybe lost the anchor there, potentially floated a little outside of the goal. Maybe it was kind of in that halfway commitment between, do I dive, do I not dive? But either way, kind of floated out just a bit and couldn't get back into the goal to save it. So 3-point advantage, halfway point of this 3rd exhibition round.
5 minutes left. It's almost like a pub, except it's a 3-point goal differential advantage for Protostar. As going to be Schursel moving that one downfield, all the way downfield. In fact, as it is bouncing through in the bubble, bouncing off the shield, no, just barely misses it. As Ryanair now has the disc, does get it out. In fact, they're finding their clears here in this exhibition round. As Maverick is going to turn this one right back, though. Short pass to Irish Stout, tends it the rest of the way. Long 3 opportunity, just a little bit high, but maybe the stack is there to read it, but they don't, and that's just going to bounce back to the neutral zone.
And another one of those mid-air piles, those collisions. Irish Stout, though, in position for the recovery. A deep pass will hit the boots. And trying to kick it out of there is Ryanair. Midfield, nobody there this time around, but I'm sure that will change in about a half second as they do converge in the tunnel. A nice tap. Good sequence, but look at the hands, the reflexes from Schursel, able to grab that disc midair, and now they'll back pass it once and twice. So patient with his cycling here.
Yeah, really fantastic cycling for sure. I mean, it's something you don't see too often, but when you do, especially at this level, it's just so clean. As it is going to get moved upfield now because of that clean midfield passing. There's a cut. Oh, and the one that they needed, of course, doesn't quite find its mark. But it is going to bounce back in the neutral zone and will get picked up by Maverick and sending that back to the stack.
Said stack trying to pressure, actually fanning out. So 1 left on the backboard. That tough angle will be denied by Ryan this time. 1/3 of this match remaining. We've seen in the end of each of these rounds so far, Ryan's been able to put on some defensive clamps. But the difference is being able to make an offensive play out of it. So they do get it to the blue side, but only there for about a quarter second, and it's immediately back to Maverick Frozen, courtesy of that speedy Protostar stack. And now that stack breaking off into the 2 from the slice.
Wow, I mean, Protostar showing their speed and positioning, up 5. What a fantastic play from Superstab, but 3 minutes on the clock. You know what? Ancient Athletes a lot more alive in this 3rd round, or this exhibition round, than the previous 2. So let's see what they can do here with the disc.
Well, let's see. A double stack defense from Blue, from Proto, but no, the goal is open, but the money made, whatever. Anyways, it will be into the bottom of the Pac-Man, into the bow tie, into another deep fling. I'm not sure, maybe a pass attempt here, Luke. That could still bring them some successes. Oh, dubstep disc. And I'm not sure I've ever seen someone save it off of a dubstep disc before. But nice grab from Supa.
Yeah, fantastic read. Certainly tough to read, especially with dubstep disc. But nevertheless, 5-point game. Still back and forth. I mean, these teams have certainly playing well, as it is going to be a Schursel now just duking on the floor, trying to find some space, and but denied by Ryanair in that time. Not sure either way. Ryanair getting that one downfield, and that is going to get recollected by DMX, who is trying to maybe get that bounce. That may have found it, but a little bit too right, as a Maverick happily recollects and sends it out.
There was a chance. You got to be careful with those ramps, those bowling ball style shots. But yeah, nap time able to collect, and has consequence there on Into, kind of literally so, as they split off and recovered, losing it off the Geo as well as the stuns. Ryan, but will that be found? No, sir. A turnaround denied by Superstab. That would have been a highlight and a half. But still getting lost here. Minute 23 left in the exhibition.
A minute 23, who will take the victory? I mean, 5 points. It's still anyone's game, but that is going to get stunned through the drive-by or the flyby, as that will get cleared out by Ancient Athletes, but right into the hands of Maverick, who is absolutely there, well-positioned. Good for a low pass. Doesn't connect, though, as it is going to bounce and get recollected by Irish Stout now, who is looking to move this one into the bubble and score some points.
Everyone trying to stay within the line of sight as well of Irish, but I credit to Ancient Athletes, again, on some of that coverage, really forcing them to reset a few different times before finding that goal, and it is made by Irish Stout, and that clock is winding down here quite soon. But, you know, credit the defense, but at the same time, I credit the offense as well, because when they were covered, they recognized when not to drive. And a lot of the trickiness about Echo, especially as newer teams try and climb up the ladders, is just knowing that you don't always have to be moving forward all the time if you don't like your looks.
Yeah, that is fair, but 12 seconds now. This very well may be the final score, unless there's a 3 opportunity. The long shot, but the long save from Irish Stout. Happy to send that one out. And this exhibition match will go to Protostar 12-5. Fantastic look, but they keep the 3-0 and the perfect dream alive. But man, great job from both these teams. Nevertheless, always great sportsmanship to see these teams go for that third round, you know, regardless of the outcome of the first two.
Yeah, for sure. So credit to them. Like I said, the sportsmanship we see in these kinds of matches, and just to recognize the first 2 rounds. Close, competitive. I mean, again, both single-digit victories in those 2 regulation rounds. So I like that, figuring, hey, we're the last ones on stream. It was a fun game, good matchup. Let's go just one more time to squeeze out, if nothing else, a little extra fun, a little extra knowledge. I mean, doesn't hurt anyone. So that said, always happy to stream it. Appreciate those teams, and congrats to Protostar. They're going to advance here to 4-1 in their return into VRML. As an active team. For Ancient Athletes, 5-7, but still plenty of weeks left to burn to get back there on the win-loss ratio. And yeah, love what I saw here today from these teams.
Yeah, I certainly did, and yeah, that's all really I gotta say. I mean, huge shout out to all you folks in chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. Playmakers Wanted, Pamwow, Doc Education, Venom, Real Reels, Newton Dad on cams, but also in the chat. Jake, Fox VR, Mr. Pro, Psychaotic. Hopefully you finished your homework, because we're done. Unless you're going to stay up for another 4 hours and maybe catch Pally in the OC fun. But I don't know if he's going to do that or not. But nevertheless.
I'm doing it.
You're doing it. All right. All right. Well, nevertheless, I mean, thanks for hanging out with us. And also a huge shout out to all our sponsors: HyperX, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, VR Cover, and VRware.net. Also, shout out to IgniteVR.gg and the Spark application for providing all our stream statistics, as well as the amazing Ignite team, especially NTS Franz, doing all he does behind the scenes. But that's it for me. And yeah, Pally, why don't you close this out?
I couldn't say it any better than that, so I'll just leave it off, you know, with the usual. Everyone at home, be happy, be healthy, be safe. Be good to each other as always. We're going to see you again, for you Night Owls, real soon.
And we're underway.
Season 4 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, VRware, Rebuff Reality, VR Cover, and ProTube VR.